Here it is, Perry Miniatures French Napoleonic Infantry Battalion, 1807 to 1814, an excellent addition to your French Peninsular War army, or any other campaign happening during the period of 1807 to 1814. In this box, you're going to get 44 miniatures that you can kit out as some of these examples here, like a grenadier, fusilier, drummer, and all that fun stuff. And you got a small assembly guide to give you an idea of how to assemble these figures. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at what's inside. First off are your sprue of Renedra bases. I believe that these are 40 by 45 or 20 by 45. So these are the bases that are included in the kit. A lot of folks don't like these Renedra bases, but it's always a bonus when you don't have to source your own. Nothing fantastic about these, just some standard bases. Next up is your assembly and basing guide, as well as the flags, and more specifically, and I'm not going to be able to fit this all in the camera here, just your colors for Swiss regiments, your Garde de Paris, and infantry and elite companies and fusiliers. You'll have seen this guide in the elite companies box, as well as some of the other French light infantry boxes. But what's always nice is that you do have a basing guide in the event that you want to use the Renedra bases, and then you have a number of battalion flags here that you can use. The best part about this guide is obviously the paint guide, so that you can make these into specific regiments or battalions for your Napoleonic French armies, as well as their allies like the Italians and the Swiss. So definitely a great guide to have. So first up is your French command sprue. So you have a number of options here to create officers, as well as drummers and a sapper, which is right here, as well as different head options that include more bearskin hats for grenadiers and some Voltigeur shakos with the long palm on there. We'll go ahead and take a closer look at the sprue. Here are your torsos. Lots of different head options here, so you do have a lot of variety and flexibility. Your main torsos here. You have a leg option here, in which you can use any of these half torsos that have a surcoat for your officers, and then a number of different options here, including a standard bearer with a banner pole. In the head area, as you can see, you have a number of bearskin options, different options depending on how you want to kit out your grenadiers. Also a bicorn for your officer. Down here are some Fusilier and Voltigeur head options. You have a number of different kit, as well as arms. There's an ensign right there. Let me flip this around so we can see that. Right there. Definitely a very flexible command sprue, and you've seen this command sprue before in the elite boxes unboxing that I did earlier. You have 7 sprues of your battalion here, and these are all identical, so we'll just go ahead and take a closer look at one of them. I'm going to zoom in here. As you can see, here are your torsos and legs. I like that the cross belts are nice and pronounced, so they'll be easier to paint. You have a number of different head options here. You have your Voltigeur here with the longer palm. You have a bearskin hat for grenadier. You have your normal fusiliers with the standard shako. There's the kit right there, as well as a number of options for fielding them with muskets shouldered or being borne in 2 arms. So nice little variety here. Let me zoom back out. And like I said, you have 7 of these in which to build your battalion. And there you have it, Perry Miniatures French Napoleonic Infantry Battalion, 1807 to 1814. A great way to start a Peninsular War, Napoleonic French army, or any campaign within the time period of 1807 to 1814. You have a number of different options, and depending on how you paint them, you can paint them as Swiss or Italian, or just your standard French. Again, you have 44 miniatures in which to make your battalion, and depending on the rule set that you are going to use for these figures, I'll be using black powder. I could create a standard battalion of 24, medium-sized battalion, and then maybe a smaller battalion with the remainders, or with the elite companies box that I unboxed earlier with the link up above. kind of incorporate that into making a second battalion. But if you are building your army from scratch, it would be a good idea to get a couple of these if this is the period that you want to play in. So, all right, if you like this video, go ahead and click like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I appreciate it if you would. Click the bell notification icon to get notified of all new unboxings coming out of the channel, and click the link in the description below to join our Discord server. That is the best way I can personally interact with you and chit-chat you about Perry miniatures, Warlord games, and Napoleonic games in general, or any other game that we cover on the channel. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more unboxings for more gaming new historical.